Have you ever replayed a conversation in your head 100 times? Wondered if people secretly dislike you? Analyzed every decision until you felt frozen? Or even laid awake at night with your brain just running through endless scenarios that you cannot control? That is overthinking, my darling. And the scary part is that it can feel productive. It can feel like you're solving problems, protecting yourself, preparing for the future. It can feel like you're actually doing something good for yourself. But most of the time, overthinking doesn't protect you. It doesn't protect your peace. It destroys it. And it steals you from the present moment while convincing you it's helping your future. If this sounds like you, stay. Because I have something to tell you. And we're going to kick this in the butt. Okay? And if this resonates, could you please like, share, subscribe, send to someone, comment if this has helped you at all. Okay? I have my notes, so I will be referring to them throughout this video. And because I really just didn't want to forget anything for you all. So if you see me staring at the book, got my notes. Okay? If you've been stuck in this endless cycle of overthinking for years, I need you to know something. I'm telling myself this too. You're not broken. Your mind learned how to be hyper alert to survive. But survival mode is not the same as living. It's not the same as thriving. So in this video, we're going to talk about why overthinking happens, why it's so hard to stop, the hidden emotional roots behind it, and most importantly, how to actually break free from it. Not temporarily, not for just a day or an hour, but in a way that genuinely changes your life. So, the first thing, what overthinking really is. Overthinking is usually not thinking too much. It's trying to control uncertainty. That's why it's so hard to break free from it, because it sounds like, what if I fail? What if they leave? What if I embarrass myself? What if something bad happens? Your brain believes that if I think about this one thing long enough, maybe I could protect pain. Maybe I could prevent pain. That's not the problem. Life cannot be controlled into safety. And overthinking creates the illusion of control while actually increasing anxiety. The more you analyze, the more danger your brain thinks exists, which creates more thinking and then more fear, and then you're in a loop because you're just thinking and fear and thinking and fear, and you're on like a mental hamster wheel, and then you get exhausted of your own mind. I cannot tell you how many times I've wanted to just press like an off button in my own head, because I'm just like, oh my god, these thoughts are exhausting. I just don't want to think. I want to hear static just in my own head. If you relate, buckle in, girl. So the hidden root of overthinkers, are not weak. They're emotionally overstretched. Many people who overthink grew up feeling like they had to avoid mistakes. They had to read people carefully. They picked up on body language so quick. They read energy because they had to. They had to predict emotional danger. They had to earn love through perfection. We all know perfection doesn't exist. But in addition to that, they learned that being relaxed wasn't safe. This is hitting close to home because I have to learn how to relax, and that feels so foreign, and that feels so just not me. Because what I tell myself and what I overthink all the time is that if I am relaxing and doing nothing, then I'm lazy. And if I'm lazy, I'm failing. So that's the loop that goes on in my head. So our brain adapted. Our brain became hyper aware, hyper vigilant, always scanning, always preparing, always analyzing. Overthinking is often a trauma response disguised as being careful. And here's why it's simply telling yourself, stop thinking. Just don't think about this no more. Never works. Because your nervous system thinks thinking is protection. That's huge. Because healing overthinking is not about becoming less it's not becoming less intelligent. It's about teaching your body that you're safe even when life is uncertain. Why give up your safety blanket? It's like thinking is your safety blanket and you're like not ready to give it up. And that's why it's so hard to like stop it. You know, why would you give it up? That's not sustainable in your head. You can totally give it up, and we're going to figure out how it damages your life. Overthinking slowly disconnects you from life. You stop trusting yourself. You hesitate like constantly. You replay conversations instead of enjoying them. You struggle to be present. You delay decisions. You lose opportunities. You create anxiety about things that did not even happen. The worst part, you become mentally exhausted from carrying imaginary futures all day long. The amount of time I have wasted just thinking about worst case scenarios, and the amount of opportunities I myself have missed or wasted just because I was just stuck thinking about them. And the worst case scenario happened. I didn't get to do the thing. I didn't get to have a new experience. I robbed myself of things that I like and love and would have enjoyed. What's worse than that? I mean, like a lot of things, but like, you know what I'm saying. Overthinking can even make happiness feel unsafe, because your brain has become addicted to searching for problems. If you search for a problem, you're gonna find it, you know? So when things are calm, it inevitably, like, your brain immediately asks, what am I missing? Something is wrong. I must not have done something, or, you know, something along those lines. Your brain immediately goes into, wait, hold up. Why are we chilling right now? Why are we happy? This is why peace can feel uncomfortable for chronic overthinkers. Chaos becomes familiar. Stillness feels foreign. And we're going to see now how to stop. There's about five steps that you can do that will help you stop overthinking. The first one, stop treating every thought like it's important. Oof, that's hitting. One of the biggest mistakes us make is believing that every thought deserves attention. It doesn't. Thoughts are like mental events, not facts. Your brain produces thousands of thoughts daily. Some are wise, some are instinct, some are fear, and some are conditioning. You don't have to engage with all of them. Ask yourself, is this helping? Like, is this helping or so hurting me? Because overthinking can feel very repetitive, not productive. If the same thought kept circling without any resolution, if you're not coming to a solution to this thought, then you're spiraling, not solving. The second thing that you can do is get out of your head and into your body. Your head, when you're overthinking, it's living in both the past and the future. Like, oh, I should have said this thing. Or what if this thing happens? You know, like, it lives in scenarios that don't exist anymore, that you have no control over. So, but the one thing that you can do is get into your body. Your body is present. That's why grounding techniques works so well. Little things like walking, deep breathing, cold water on your face, or if you have one of those like ice roller things, just roll that all over. I just did that before I came to make this video. You can exercise, stretching, cleaning, journaling, going outside barefoot, listening to like calming music. I personally love listening to Handpan. Oh my gosh, what's his name? It's something Martin on YouTube. His Handpan just calms both me and my brain down, and it's amazing. Highly recommend. Oh, and also sunflowering. Sunflowering is something I do where you just go outside barefoot and you face the sun. Obviously close your eyes because we're not trying to lose vision here. We close our eyes, just face the sun and just breathe. I obviously have not done it in a while, which is why I'm overthinking so much. Because look how pale I am. But that is something I will really become conscious of and start doing myself. Because it feels good. It feels good to ground yourself and to just exhale. Feel your body just relax. These activities disrupt mental the mental loop. Healing anxiety isn't only mental, it's physical too. Your nervous system needs signals of safety, which is why, like, you should definitely ground. Did you meditate today? Or as my daughter would say, did you meditate today? The third thing, limit decision fatigue. I cannot tell you how much it stresses me when I have to think about just simply making 3 meals a day. Oh my gosh, I am coming up with a system where I either meal prep or something, because that honestly exhausts me and I just don't want to think about it anymore. Some people overthink because they're mentally overwhelmed. They have too many options, too much stimulation, too much information. Your brain was not designed to process endless input all day. It's like our phones, you know, this thing you're probably watching me on. This thing is just a little vessel of just constant information, social media, all these things where your brain is processing. Oh my gosh, I sound like my parents. It's the damn phone! Put the phone down! Oh my gosh. I reach. Oh gosh. But, you know, they had a point. You know, we need to simplify where we can. Bring it back to the basics. We need to stop researching every decision for hours. We need to create routines. We need to reduce unnecessary choices. Sometimes the best decision is simply the decision that I can move forward with peace. I can move forward peacefully. That's sounds like a really good affirmation, actually. I have started doing it. It feels weird, but you know, you gotta start somewhere. The fourth thing that I want to bring to you to help overthink would be learn to tolerate uncertainty. This one is the big papa. This one changes everything. This one really is the big dog. The goal is not to become certain about everything. That is seriously impossible. So get that out of your mind. The goal is to become emotionally resilient enough to handle uncertainty. Because confident people are not those who, like, they're not fortune tellers. You know, they don't know the future. They are people who trust themselves even when things go wrong. That is real peace. Learning to trust yourself is not easy, but it's 100% necessary. And the fifth thing to help, like, overcome and deal with overthinking would be stop seeking constant reassurance. And reassurance feels good temporarily. You're like, oh my gosh, finally, you know, like, this thing is being validated. But over time, it trains your brain to depend on external validation. You don't rely on yourself. And that's the whole point. We're trying to trust ourselves. We're trying to rely on ourselves. We're trying to just understand that no matter what, we got it. We got ourselves. And we're going to be okay. Like the example of, like, constantly asking someone if they're mad at you. I'm guilty of this. If you rechecking messages to make sure that the tone of the message was good, or to see if you find evidence of what you're overthinking. If you Google symptoms repeatedly, please get off WebMD. It's always going to tell you have less than 6 months to live. Get off WebMD. You are fine. You probably just have a cold, Or if you're asking others if you made the right decision, that immediately shows that you don't trust yourself and your decision-making skills. You didn't make it this far. Like, think about that. All the things that you've been through in life, right? Even though you did it very uncertain, even if you sat there and overthink, even if you were sitting there overthinking for days, maybe weeks, and you still got through it, let's lessen that overthinking time till the point where we eliminate it. Yeah, let's trust ourselves a little bit more. The more reassurance you seek, the less self-trust you build. And self-trust is one of the biggest cures for overthinking. Let that land on me, because that's a big one. Hold some space for that. Self-trust is one of the biggest cures for overthinking. And self-trust really is the root of a lot of it, when I really reflect on it. Yeah. And this brings me to my last thing. What I want to leave you with is what healing really looks like. Healing doesn't mean that your mind suddenly goes quiet and it's silent forever. It means the thoughts stop controlling you. It means anxiety stops making every decision. It means you become present again. It means you stop fearing every possible outcome. It means you trust yourself more deeply. When you're healing anxiety, overthinking, you begin to realize that I don't need to solve every possibility to deserve peace. That sentence alone can change your life, because it is not found through perfect control. It's found through acceptance. Hold on, my notes are stuck. There we go. If you've been overthinking for a long time, I know how exhausting it can feel. The constant mental noise, the constant self-doubt, the constant fear of getting life wrong. Oh my gosh, that is like my biggest fear, is that I'm failing and that I'm getting life wrong. And if that's what goes on in my head when I have to make like a big decision, is I'm failing, I suck at this, I'm doing this whole thing wrong. Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose everything. My children and I are going to have to check into a homeless shelter. This is what goes on in my head. And it's not helpful. And I'm actively working on eliminating that. It has lessened the more I become aware of my thoughts and intentional in the person I'm becoming. So that really helps me. And now I have a few affirmations that I can work on and use when those thoughts arise. Life, because I don't want to miss out on life. Life is happening right now, not inside tomorrow's imagined scenarios. It's happening now, not inside last week's replay and conversations. It's not happening anywhere other than the present. It's happening right now. And we deserve to feel and experience. We deserve to feel and experience it fully. So next time your mind starts spiraling, pause and gently remind yourself, I don't need to figure out everything right now. I am safe enough to be present. I can handle uncertainty. And most importantly, my thoughts are not my identity. You are allowed. You are absolutely allowed, and I give you permission to stop carrying the weight of every possible outcome. Sometimes healing begins the moment you stop fighting your mind and start learning how to gently let it rest. And with that, I hope this video helped. I hope it gave you a little bit of tools in your tool belt to combat overthinking. And I would really appreciate if you comment what resonated with you, or if you learned something. I would love to know what helped. And also please do the things like comment, share, subscribe. And with that, I would love to remind you, you are loved, you are cherished, you are enough. And I'm so happy that you're here. I'm DanaFrost. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about next. Bye!